Hi, so it's me, Kiani. Today's video is going to give you a quick tutorial on how I created this look. We definitely only did one eye this time to actually give you more insight on the eye look itself, since it is a little bit more inclined. I did use my 28 color palette, my BH Smokey Eye palette. Love the content in these products here. Very, very pigmented products. So if you're on the fence on whether or not you should purchase this palette or any BH palettes, I have actually been testing them and I really, really love this. So hopefully this is a look you're interested in and you will continue to watch. First, I'm going to begin by using my soft ochre paint pot and my Sigma E50 large fluff brush. I'm going to grab a little bit of that soft ochre and really, really massage this into the eyelid. This will allow the eyeshadow pigment to stay on the surface of the skin. Next, I'm going to grab my dark brown eyeliner and create my cut crease. Starting with the exterior part of the eye, pulling up, and really, really allowing the cut crease to land on the eyelid really, really smoothly and seamlessly. I'm using a brown first to really create the openness and the shape. Next, I'm going to grab a black kohl pencil and I'm going to retrace where the brown is. Next, I'm going to grab my small tapered blending brush, the E45, and I'm just going to start blending this up. Blending the black into the brown. Next, I'm going to grab my Estee Lauder. This is the Rich Mahogany, my matte bronzer, the same bronzer that I normally use on my cheeks. I'm going to grab that and use the same tapered brush and blend out this black. It's all about the blend when you're creating a cut crease. Next, I'm going to grab my 28 color palette, the Smoky Eyes edition. This is the BH Cosmetics palette. I'm going to grab that. And I want to actually use this Topia shade right here, just to slightly buff over where I've already created the cut crease. And I'm going to grab a bulb brush. This is what I call it, a bulb brush. I'm not really sure what they call it, but I like how stiff this brush is. And I want to say I received it at a trade show. And so I'm just really, really blending this out. Now I'm going to start building my intensity. Same brush, I'm going to go ahead and go into this darker black color, which is the deepest one in the palette. And go back in and smoke out that cut crease. Now, by creating a bunch of different transition colors, it allows this pigment to really, really settle and lock. But it's very, very easy to blend. There's no skipping, so that's why I used all those original base colors there. So you can really, really blend this out really, really seamlessly. Going back in with my tapered brush, I'm going to, and I'm going to start to work with this shade right here. It's the third one down. And start to create my pigment with that black. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to grab it, just kind of lightly dust that off. Going into this pink right here, just for the exterior part of the cut crease. Just to really, really intensify that plum. Just to really, really intensify it. Right now, I'm going to grab my short shader brush by Sigma. And this is the E20. I'm going to go into that, back into this black, and really, really sharpen this line here. Really, really sharpen that line. Bring it all the way out. Just like I like to do, creating a strong, strong, fierce cut crease to that. Really working the shape. This works really, really well, I think, for all eye shapes, but allow your eye to be the guide on how far out. And I've been wearing eye makeup for quite a while. Everyone's comfort level is going to be a little bit different on how extreme, but obviously I have other techniques and shapes for eyes, so just look for some additional links in the down bar. You want to look at some other shapes that you can create with cut crease. Okay, so now you can tell that I've actually started to sharpen that line because I really want this to be a little bit edgier. See that? Now I want to go in and blend. I'm going to go back into this plum right here and start to blend out. You really want to make sure that the blend is proper, so therefore that there's no start and stop with that black. This pink here. Now, last step, go right back into this black and really define that exterior, because I'm done blending at this point. Just really want those lines to be sharp. And next I'm going to grab my concealer brush. This is the F75, and I'm going to go in and grab my Motives concealer. I'm going to use this fair shade here. I think this would be like, if you were counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to grab the third one because it's closest to my flesh, and I'm just going to do a slight cleanup. Make this exterior very sharp and precise. Again, some people like to use a baby white. I've already put my foundation on, so we won't be doing any of that. Real quickly go back into this palette, and I'm going to grab a little bit of this lighter pink right here, and just to gradually buff over. Make sure there's no skipping where I cleaned up. Now, I'm going to grab a little bit of this shimmery green right here, if you can tell that, and just gradually jet right over that black. It looks a little green, but then again it looks a little pinkish. I mean a little smokish. And I'm going to grab that fat large fluff brush, the E50, and I'm going to grab this pale pink right here, and I'm just going to set that over this white right here. And see how it just starts to take on the pigment of the pale pink ever so slightly, just to keep that really open. I'm going to go back in with that cold pencil. Follow that line. Right on the inner waterline. Next, I'm going to grab my Little Black Dress by Wet n Wild. This is the cream eyeliner and a eyeliner brush. And I'm going to follow this trace out. All the way up to create a wing. And back down. I'm just going to bring this in just a little bit and underneath. Now, because I do have a second wing, I'm going to go ahead and create that as well. Just slightly pull out, very lightly. For a little bit of added drama, I'm going to grab a little bit of this Mauvey Plum right here, and just gradually start the smoke out effect and closing the gap from the second wing. And I want to make this color a little bit more interesting, so I'm going to grab this purple and just really work it into that plum. Just keeping it on the exterior. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of this residue of the liner. Just recreate my second wing. And to clean up underneath if necessary. Tear it up. You want this to be as precision as possible, so make sure they both look alike. Now, I do have a little bit of shimmer here, and one of my favorite shimmering products is this MAC. It's called Light Touch. I've used it on my cheeks before. For the sake of this look, I'm going to grab it right with my tapered blending brush. I'm just going to kind of slightly set this right on the inner, just to create a little bit of interest here. and just right underneath, right there, right in that water duct there. There it is. And just lightly just dust, just ever so slightly, just a little bit on top, just to keep it interesting. Next, I'm going to grab my 102 Black Cherry Lashes, and I'm going to slightly trim them just a little to make sure that they fit my eye without disturbing my vision, because they are really, really full and fluttery. Just going to take off just a tiny, tiny amount. I'm going to go in with my Voluminious False Fiber Lash Mascara and really, really play up these bottom lashes. And make sure your top lashes are nice and blended. I'm going to actually add a little bit more color to my cheek using my Jafra Plum Gorgeous. Grabbing a flat brush and just really, really emphasizing the shimmer on the cheek area. The color lipstick I've actually chosen is my MAC Up the Amp. You can follow off with a little bit of lip gloss. If I was going to use a lip gloss, I would probably use my Modus Falala, the Passion color. And just popping a little bit of that on my lip. There you have it. A double wing using my BH Cosmetics Smokey Eye Palette. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm hoping that you're enjoying a lot of the holiday looks that we're bringing out to you. If you have any comments, leave them in the down bar. Make sure that you leave any other tutorials that you would like to see for the holiday season in the down bar, and we'll try and get those out before the holidays end. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and it's time for my very quick close-up. Thanks for watching.